Hello, and thanks for coming back to the table. George Wallace is always pushing the envelope, and that's certainly the case with his new project, Clean Slate. It's a show about an old school brother from Alabama who's been estranged from his son for years, only to discover his son is now a daughter. I'm so grateful to have the one, the only George Wallace back on the Portia show.
Thank you so much. You know I love coming on this show, and I love your smile, and you're always colorfully dressed and looking so good.
Well, thank you. You know, especially when I know you coming, because I know you coming in all the colors.
You know, I love my colors. I got red, blue, green. I bought this jacket on sale, Timu.
You did not. You literally did not pay $7 for that jacket, but you look good. It's good to have you.
Well, thank you so much. But thanks for having me here, and it's always good to be on your show and in the city of Atlanta.
Yes, indeed.
And I know we're in San Francisco, we're in Orlando, Florida.
Yes,
and I'm coming to all of those cities and everywhere too. We're all over the world, actually. We're on Vauxhall. We're everywhere.
So everybody loves them some George Wallace, and Clean Slate has got a lot of people talking and laughing. Let's talk about Clean Slate and what you all are doing in this.
Well, let's just talk about the beginning of Clean Slate.
Okay.
A good friend of mine, Mr. Lear, Norman Lear, who produced all of the great shows back in our day especially.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the young kids, what they know, but we started off with the first crazy show was All in the Family, and everybody's going, well, who's this bigoted guy? But Norman Lear knew how to approach the subject and do it with humor. So he left there, and he went into, that's when I met him after All in the Family. Mm-hmm. There was a show he had called 704 Hauser Street.
Yeah.
So John Amos from the Good Times was going to move into that house, and I was John Amos's best friend. My wife was Jennifer Lewis. Ooh, I didn't know she was the best cusser in the world. Y'all know Jennifer Lewis? Can she cuss or what?
She can cuss.
She taught me how to cuss.
Masterful cusser.
In church.
And
she taught me how to.
She did not teach you to cuss in church. I know.
Well, you know I lied.
I know.
But meeting Norman Lear, and I said, Norman, we're going to work together again one day. And then after 40 years, I said, you know what, he's rebooted everything else. I'm going to call him and have a meeting with him, and let's reboot Sanford and Son.
Yeah. Then our viewers are seeing this picture of the three of you, including Laverne Cox, who plays
That's us on the wagon. He would go with us every meeting at 100 years old.
Wow.
Every meeting he would be with us, and he was just as funny and crazy. And so I told him about Sanford and Son. Basically, I just wanted to hear Quincy Jones.
We have to stop there because you know it's all I can afford on the song.
Come on.
but it's a classic.
It's a classic.
Show was a classic, and you wanted to tap into the feelings that we got when we watched Sanford and Son.
Exactly. I just wanted to make people feel good. And whether you're watching the show or not watching the show, if you hear the music, don't you feel better?
You do.
You put a smile on your face. Now, I've been in this business so long, even as a kid wanting to be a comedian. I know that you can't even fake a smile without feeling better. So God, since I was 6 years old, I wanted to be a comedian, making people happy with laughter. And when you see happy people, it makes you happier.
Absolutely.
So getting back to the story, I went to Norman.
Yeah. What did Norman say when you were
Norman says, that's the hardest show to do of all. I said, but you did the other one. And then I said,
hardest show meaning let's leave that one alone?
Let's leave that one alone.
Yeah.
And then I said, I can do Sanford and Son. I got the hair. And then sometimes I take this hat off. They say I look like Lou Nail's mama. So
you don't look like. Okay, sort of. I did not know it was so crystal white now, but it looks great. You should just leave it off now. Why you put it back on? Because you've been thinking.
I could get some. They tell me to leave it off because I'll get more parts. That's why I don't like Morgan Freeman, because all my life
we love Morgan Freeman on the show. Go ahead.
All my life I've been trying to get these roles, and every time I go out for a role, Morgan Freeman got it. Starting with Glory, I could have done everything he did. I could have played the president of Africa when he did that.
It's a whole continent.
Everything he did, the show Taste of Lean on Me.
Yeah.
Mr. Burrs, lock the doors.
You could have done it. But what God has for you, God has for you, and you do it so very well.
And from Atlanta, I could have driven Miss Daisy around. I know more about Atlanta than Morgan Freeman does. But I got to meet him on a movie I did it with Morgan Freeman called Just Getting Started. Let me get back to the story, because you know I'm crazy, right?
I know.
Okay, so Norman,
I did not have enough to drink before the show.
At the time, young lady, Orange is the New Black was the hottest show in town.
It was.
And then everybody was talking about Laverne Cox. Now, mind you,
had you met?
I don't know anything about Laverne Cox. I didn't even watch the show.
Okay.
All I heard about was her story. And I said to me, said to myself, this seems like a lady I like to work with.
Yeah.
Because of her struggle. Now, I grew up here in Atlanta, Georgia. I rode the back of the bus. That's how old I am. I rode the back of the bus. And through my head all my life, I've never liked discriminatory practices against anybody.
Okay.
And I can imagine what her story is going through, what she's going through. I said, well, that would be good to put together. And we asked her about it. I said, what if I had a son that went to New York, did his thing, who he wanted to be 23 years later? That's how the story came about.
And that's how it came to be.
Yeah,
and obviously you got a sign off and the thumbs up from Norman Lear.
Well, Norman said that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, so that
Then
wasn't
he said,
exactly a thumbs up.
But I like it because everything he's done has been controversial. And he knew the climate of America today. This show has actually been in the making for 7 years.
Wow.
But it has released at the right time what's happening in America today, even with the government. That's the subject of the matter. But I'm so proud to be able to be a part of a show that we promote love, we promote happiness, togetherness,
acceptance,
and that's what.
And some of the difficult conversations that come when people are having a hard time sort of accepting and understanding, right? Can we take a look at the clip?
Accepting and understanding.
The
clip. Bam.
Please just go to the clip.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Fancy Lady. It's really a good time right now. My son's coming in a minute.
Dad, I'm your daughter, Desiree. I've always been Desiree.
We haven't spoken in a while.
How long?
23 years.
What happened? Wow, this place looks exactly the same.
Well, you know what they say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ooh, that's broke. I gotta fix it. So that's what I'm talking about, love there. That man, the show Clean Slate is about maybe not understanding an issue, but you can always listen, you can always learn, and you can always laugh, and you can do it with humor.
Right.
Subject matters. This happens to be, my son came home as a daughter, but some kids will leave home for child abuse. Some kids will leave home for drugs, whatever the matter.
Any number of
they're
things.
estranged with their parents. Today, some people don't accept their parents or the parents don't accept them. Sometimes you got to stop and think about yourself. That's why we call the show Clean Slate.
Clean Slate.
Everybody can start over and check out yourself first. Maybe it's me. Maybe I need to, a prodigal son, prodigal daughter coming back, prodigal child.
Yeah.
Most of all, that's my child. And
That's
I got to
the bottom
love my
line.
child no matter what.
And we said we're going to love our children, right? We're going to take a break right there.
We're going to take a break right here.
And we're going to come right back in 2 minutes. And we're just going to see what happens next, honestly. And it's it's going to be good, and it's going to be funny.
Stay
and
right there.
It's going to be an important conversation.
You better believe it.
Oh, George Wallace. I love you like a play.
Didn't you okay?
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I really want to thank you for season 3 of Portia. It's because of loyal viewers like you that we keep getting to share this daily dose of positivity all across the country. So just a reminder, I still need you to like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and tell your friends. You can catch us now in Orlando, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, and all across the country on Fox Soul. Tell your friends. We'll see you soon on Portia.